episode of The Daily Blend. I'm your host, AC, and I'm excited to be joined in studio today by our Chief of Police, Jill Schlude. How are you, Jill?
I'm great. Good morning.
Good to have you here. Now, Jill, this is new for you.
Yes.
This is new for you. How long have you been our chief for anybody who maybe doesn't know?
I think it might be like day 105, somewhere around there.
You're
so
not
pretty
counting.
Close. I was counting up to 90, and then it's kind of all blurred together.
After 90, it's like, it's all running together.
Well, isn't there something about like form habits or something like that? If I can make it through 90 days, then
well, that's what they say.
Get over one hump.
You formed all the good habits now.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far. I'm still not a morning person, so don't go that far.
Okay. What's considered morning for you? Like how early is? You know what I mean? Like there are some people who are 5, 6 o'clock in the morning people.
No, my husband gets up sometimes at 5:30 to go to the gym, and I'm fairly certain there's something wrong with him. So, I wish two of those things. I wish I could be a morning person. I wish I could be a person that goes to the gym in the morning or at all. I'm still pushing myself to.
Yeah. Well, I'm with you.
Do that.
I'm with you.
Work in progress.
Yeah, always. Until we're no more, we're works in progress.
Right.
Absolutely. Okay, but you've been around a long time. You are not new to Columbia. You're not new to the force. Just tell me a little bit about your rise up to chief.
Well, I moved here in 1995. I've lived here longer now than where I grew up. I grew up in St. Joseph, Missouri, north of Kansas City. I started at the police department full-time in 2005. I was a reserve officer prior to that when I was trying to get on the force. A lot of competition back then.
Okay.
So got hired in 2005, worked patrol for several years, always worked night shift. Shouldn't be shocking. Never wanted to go to day shift. And I worked a lot downtown and in East Campus. Downtown in the downtown district, as we call it now, dealing with a lot of our bars and restaurants. And actually really enjoyed that.
Really?
Yeah, it's just a different, college towns are fun.
Yes.
Do a lot of parenting in that respect, it seems like. And I think we all remember being young, so that's kind of helpful. But yes, I liked that work. I came across my radar kind of wasn't even planning on it. We started having public information officers at the police department, and I was kind of approached about that job, and I thought, I actually started school here because I wanted to get into journalism.
Okay.
That didn't work out so well. I did too much going downtown was really what happened.
Too much downtowning.
Yeah, too much downtowning. But always been an interest of mine, so it seemed kind of a natural fit. Started being the public information officer, and then things just kind of progressed from there. So
from the downtown officer to the public information officer, assistant chief. I'm sure there was something else in between there.
I was the sergeant as well over the public relations unit. Another great job. Got to spend a lot of time working with all the folks in the news media, folks here over at the Journalism Institute at MU. I was responsible for all the sunshine requests that come into the department back then. That's a huge job.
I'm sure.
Learned a lot in that job about, crisis management and messaging. I think that's probably helped me more than I would ever know. Not knowing that I would be in this job now, looking back, I think that was a huge advantage. I got promoted to captain, which is now assistant chief. We just changed the name of it.
Okay.
Worked over investigations, so, our homicides, property crimes, things of that nature. And then eventually was promoted to deputy chief, so I was second in command of the department. And so I've kind of overseen every part of the department in some way, shape, or form. There are definitely things I feel more confident about than others.
Sure.
But that's why you have great people that are on your team to help you. You don't have to be the knowledge base of everything.
Absolutely. I want to go back to when you talked about when you were a downtown officer. I recently read an article in maybe the Missourian or the Tribune about a downtown officer. I can't remember his name, but he works those bars downtown, and he kind of said the same kind of thing. Like in a college town, it's kind of a parental role.
Yes.
And I thought when I read that, how cool is it to have officers downtown who are there to look out for kids who I just thought that was what a great thing for our CPD to be doing, to be downtown when we know people are out. And
when I worked downtown, we did not have the number of people living downtown. So since that time, we've had obviously a huge amount of construction, ongoing construction. So now you have I hate to say kids, but they're kids,
Yeah.
kids to you and
They
I
are,
probably.
yeah, yeah.
Young people living downtown, and they're right there close, which is good, but there's also a different element,
Yeah.
I think, now downtown.
Yeah.
It's very vibrant, which is positive. But we kind of like to, we're kind of caretakers of all that,
I
trying
like
to
that.
help folks manage, their free time
Yes.
when they're not in class.
Yes.
And I took many people home.
I'm sure.
During that time, found people in landscaping,
Yeah,
things like that.
I'm sure.
But you're talking about the downtown folks. We had a downtown unit several years
okay.
ago, and due to staffing challenges, we just weren't able to continue staffing that unit as a just
that particular
just
unit.
that's their task. I would love to get back to that. I think it was very valuable. We were able to go in and help our bar and restaurant owners and do education, things about alcohol service.
Yes.
Spotting fake IDs, things of that nature, and just generally creating a safe environment for people to go have fun in. So I would like to get back to that when we can get fully staffed, which I'm very positive about, by the way.
I know you are, and I've heard you talk about that before. Like, tell the community, why they should consider coming to work for CPD.
Oh gosh, I think if you have a heart for people, and a lot of people, I think, and they've done a lot of research into this, what draws people into service professions now. And I've jokingly spoken at different things about how, when I got recruited, they marketed very much like the car chases
Yes,
and those kind of things.
yes.
And not that stuff isn't still attractive to people. Obviously, the exciting element is a big thing.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we're finding that a lot of the folks that are joining the force now are very interested in this core service aspect and how they can make a difference. And so I think speaking more to that will be very helpful. We have a lot of homegrown people on the force, which I love. We have folks that went to our public schools. They're now, some of them, officers in our public schools as SROs. I think those are great success stories. Obviously, we're recruiting everywhere, but I think there are some things on the horizon that we're working on with the city. City Manager Seawood, I think, has done a lot of great work trying to work on pay,
Yeah.
which is extremely helpful, and I think I see very positive things for the coming year.
Jill, thank you so much for joining us. So nice to get to know you a little bit better.
You too.
Thank you so much for what you are doing for this community.